you showed a lot of toughness coming back into that game. Now you're playing in a game where there's talk about your future, your coach's future, and oh yeah, you're going against a team that's had your guys' number. What is this week like? Where is your head mentally as you face this last week with another opportunity with so much else kind of circling on the outside?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be in the same place that it's been for the last X amount of weeks. Excited to go out and play against a really good team. Chiefs have been playing really well, and like you mentioned, they've had our number these last couple of times, but it's a new day on Sunday. We're excited. We're getting guys off the COVID list, and we're going to practice hard this week and come out and play a clean game.
Arnie?
Hey, Drew, I know, the playoffs are out of the question and all that, but what would it mean to beat the Chiefs and kind of put an end to this skid that's been hanging over the franchise for a whole lot of years? You think that would mean something going into the next season, that's no longer a narrative, that, the streak is over?
I know it's not necessarily a narrative in our locker room. It might be out there in the cyber world, say it, but this win would mean, no more than another win. I mean, every single Sunday you go out there and everything you do during the week, how you eat, how you sleep, when you come in, how much film you watch, it all is pushed towards a win. And a win in this league it's not easy to do, obviously. I think I'd be just excited about a win this week as I would have been last week.
Kyle, then Mike.
Sure. How is that shoulder feeling? Is it the same kind of injury you suffered last year, or is it less than that? And what's your confidence that you're going to be, 100% for Saturday?
Yeah, it's way less than what it was last year. It's came a long way since Sunday when it happened, and it'll just keep progressing with our medical staff here and whatnot. And, I'll be as close as I possibly can to 100% on Sunday.
Mike Kliss, then Jeff Legwold.
Yeah, Drew. Coach Fangio is, a lot of speculation about whether he'll be back next year and everything. He's the only coach you've had in the head coach anyway in the NFL. Just your thoughts about him. You like him? You respect him? What do you think of him? Those kind of things.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from Coach Fangio since I've been in this league. Anytime you get, to have a defensive head coach that, when you go into training camp has a defense that's not like what you would normally see on a Sunday, you learn a lot. You become a way better player being able to go against, his defense. And even when you get to talk to him off the football field, just about certain tendencies he might see on a team that you're playing this week. It's just, there's been a lot of benefits to, having him as a head coach.
Jeff? Leggy, you're muted.
You would think after 2 years I could handle the mute button.
I wasn't going to say.
You can't let the old people on the internet. It's very clear. Anyway, Drew, I'm just wondering how you balance sort of the human nature of what's my future with staying in the moment, and do you want to be part of this team's future?
Yeah, I think as far as you kind of almost answer yourself there, I think it just, you have to focus on staying in the moment. My biggest thing today was meetings this morning, then my next biggest thing is going to be going out to practice, executing, getting the week started off right. I think if you just take it day by day, stay where your feet are, kind of the outside noise and, a lot of other things that go on around what is football, what is the NFL, what is, the Denver Broncos right now, that always stays out of your focus if you're just where your feet are at all times. And that's kind of what I'm doing with the second part of that question. Obviously I'd love to be a part of, as long as you're in the NFL and you're playing and you get to be on a team as special as this one, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be. So as far as, my future goes, that's not up to me at this point. But I do know my future is playing a game this Sunday, and that's, my number one priority right now.
Is part of that sort of keeping the people around you, keeping their feet where they are too, or is that something you even talk about with other folks?
You almost try to come in with such a laser focused mentality. I'm dialed in. I'm going into every, huddle, calling it like it's going to win the Super Bowl, so that we all just end up focusing on what is going on right now. I think if, as a quarterback, you bring that type of energy, a team can kind of, they'll feel that from you. That's going to be my job this week, and keeping everybody where their feet are and, getting ready to go this Sunday.
Thanks.
Last 3 questions. Nick, Brandon, then Zach. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Drew, you mentioned it. There's obviously been, a lot of progress in your first 2 starts, completion percentage up, no giveaways, a lot of things to kind of hang your hat on. But what are some of the things as you look at this last start that you really hope that you do better, that you do well in this final start of the year?
Just win. Like you said, in the little bit of time that I've got to be a starter, we took care of the football, we moved the football, and we just didn't get the wins. And like I said in the last interview, it's no one, at least me personally, no one really cares about stats if you're not winning a football game. So as far as I'm concerned, you can throw those away, and that's just kind of my mentality. And the only thing I'm looking forward to this weekend is putting everything I got into it to get a win.
Thanks.
Brandon.
All right, Drew, now that you gave kind of the politically correct answer about the team, what would it mean for you personally as a Kansas City kid to kind of spoil some of your friends' playoff path thoughts and this and that, and beat your hometown team?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun when you hear it from your friends here and there. You get 2 or 3 texts a week before and after the game, and that's just kind of a given that is to be expected. Obviously, like I said earlier, and I'm going to keep it this way, I'm going to keep it PC. It is what it is. A win is a win is a win. And this one would be just as important to me as one against the Chargers, one against the Raiders, whoever it may be.
Wrap us up, Zach.
Hey, Drew, thanks for talking with us today. Do you believe from what you've showed these past couple of games and throughout your career that you deserve to be a starter in the NFL going into the offseason and next year?
Obviously, there's been, some good and some bad, as there is with any quarterback. In these last couple of weeks, I feel like I've done a lot of good things. I have, like I said, this league is ran by wins and losses, which we didn't these last couple of weeks, but I feel like I've done a lot of good things to the point where I am confident in myself that I deserve and should be a starter in this league. It's going to take other people watching my film and seeing that from me and, wanting that for me and whatever program it is. But no, I do personally believe that you give me a starting job, you let me prep throughout the week, I'm going to give you a damn good chance to win a football game.
All right. Thank you so much, Drew. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, Drew.
Yep.